So many people say these first 5 seconds of any video is critical in order to keep your attention. I'm not going to drop any teasers, so you can take it or leave it. Choose to stay or flick to the next video. This one's going to be a good one. Roll the clip. Roll it. Let's go. Today I want to talk about two critical elements that people need in order to have a successful business. And probably 80% of businesses don't have these intact. So once you get these up and running, your personal brand or your business, whatever it is you're running, your restaurant, your garage, I don't know, your YouTube channel, whatever it is, you have these two elements in place, you're going to see a massive difference and you're going to be ahead of 80% of the game. Now, it's worth being saying there's no quick tricks here, there's no life hacks. Life hack X and Y, do 5 these tips and be a millionaire overnight. They're all catchy titles, they're nice ideas, but it's not how it works in business. So let's get the life hacks out of the way. If there was a life hack, I'd be hacking my way through life. These jokes are shite. But yeah, so let's get into it. 2 main factors, right? First, your value proposition. And most people have an idea of what it is that they offer, right? Your value proposition is the value that you're proposing to give to people, right? It's very simple. Most people don't know what it is. So let me give you an example. I'm a business coach. So what do? I help people get from A to B, right? It's a catchy title. It makes sense to me. But to other people, they don't know what it is. But if I tell you, I'm a business coach and I'll get you from frustrated to soaring, or I'll get you from confusion and frustration to extreme success and fulfillment. Then you're going to be like, what? How do you do that? And that's where I step in with the next set of what I do. So having your value prop in place is absolutely critical, right? So you need to sit down and really work on these things. What is it you offer people? And then implement that in all your marketing, everywhere across the board. Because if you don't, your messaging is going to be mixed and people just won't know what you do. They might see nice colors on your website, they might see a fancy image, but unless you're consistent with how all this stuff is lining up, it's not going to work for them. So consistency in your messaging and what you do to benefit them, not what you do as a service, right? What features and benefits are your customers feeling? You get that right, boom, you're already started moving. Second one is very simple, but it's a thing a lot of people don't do, and it's around your client customer, right? Your client customer. It's about your client customer, right? And most people haven't done the work to identify who is their ideal client. Everybody wants to serve everybody, right? But the businesses who want to do everything for everybody, they don't work because you're not interesting, right? Your client, who is it? What do they look like? Where do they shop? What images do they like to see? And now once you start to draw all that stuff out, you can begin developing your own messaging, your social media, your advertising. Because all these things are critical now. People who think that they can just be a yoga teacher these days without having like an IT social media presence, you're not going to make it. That's binary. You may make it, but probably 0.5%. And I just made up that fact too. But probably 0.5% of people who haven't got all these elements in place, they're going to struggle, right? So you don't want to struggle. You want to maximize your potential and make it as big as possible. 2, find out how you can use these messaging and stick them into your imaging and your, like I said, your social media. So for example, Harley Davidson target the Rebel. You'll see it in the colouring, right? There's a lot of oranges and blacks. Highway to Hell, right? All that sort of stuff you associate with Harley Davidson. They don't have these images like Apple, which are like super clean, super white, brushed metal, like all that sort of stuff. That's Apple. That's a totally different marketing direction, right? And you need to identify who is it that you want to work with and start using your value prop and your messaging in order to point for them. If you see BMW, you'll see a lot of mountains, right? You see North Face, you'll see a lot of mountain work, you'll see a lot of like rafting and that sort of adventure stuff, because they target the explorer, right? And the explorer is looking for freedom. So when you combine the explorer and freedom, you get someone out climbing mountains on their own, right? Or across the biggest lakes in the world, or down rapids, whatever it is. What you won't see is North Face doing an ad like Dove, right? So Dove would have that very innocent sort of look. You won't see North Face doing that because it won't line up. It doesn't fit the brand. So once you get your brand together, and I'll leave a link in the description below where you can collect this stuff from my website. Once you get these two elements correctly and you mesh them nicely, well then now you've started to hit every single button on that person who you want to target, and they'll start reaching out to you. So that's all I want to discuss today. I hope you learned a little something from this. It's a little bit longer than I had planned to do, but it is what it is. Get your value prop right, get your avatar correct, and let me know in the comments who it is that you want to work towards. If you have any questions, drop them below and I'll try and get back to you. In the meantime, check out the link on my website too, sign up for the newsletter, or don't, doesn't really matter to me. And I'll be back in a week or so with another video, so take it easy and have a good one.